And that should be plenty. Let's look at what we got here. Yeah, it's about the same. Alright. That means we have enough fuel to do another few maneuvers. Which means we might easily be able to do what we want to. So let's fast forward. See, that's what I was worried about. We're going the wrong direction. But I think we can easily change that. Let's add a maneuver. And I guess we're going to want to pull this one. Or maybe not. You're killing me. Alright, you're killing me. Alright, maybe we can kill our momentum and switch it. It's not working for me. I'm a little worried. What is it? 2 hours? Huh. Let's just kill our momentum. Let's do this. We're gonna do it in this direction. And then once it goes crazy, that should help us. I think that turned it. Alright. Keep turning it until we get the right. Gotta keep messing with it until we get the right one. Right there, that's what we want. We want about opposites. And you know what? Actually, a high orbit would be better for us. Then we want to bring our orbit in. You know what? Let's do all the maneuvers afterwards. That's good right there. So we're going to have to burn in a certain direction. Where is it? Doesn't really matter what time we do this since the orbit is just so long. We're going to want to burn in this direction for a while. So let's go right there and let's start our burn. So I just want to make a quick note here. These solar panels, the way they work, if they're not facing the sun, they will not get any electricity. Good thing we have our engine on because they're not really facing the sun right now. Eventually they would be and we'd get fuel because I put them on all sides of this ship. But if you were to put your solar panel like right here and face your ship away from the sun, you might find yourself out of electricity and stuck in space. You got to be really careful about that. Alright, let's look at what we're doing here. And let's do some manual fast forward, my new favorite best friend. You can see it switching. Alright. Right now it has us going out in the orbit, I think. Alright, let's change our orientation because we're not pointing in the same direction anymore. And we got plenty of fuel. I just wanted to check on that. Alright. Alright, and let's do a maneuver here. And we're gonna bring ourselves in to about his height there. He's around 50, so we gotta bring in a little bit more. That's good. Alright. It says we're gonna need a 2-minute burn, so I'm gonna do this at about 1 minute. Let's fast forward. Let's go out of map. Fast forward. Turn SAS off. And point ourselves in the right direction. I like the way this this thing looks right here. It just looks like my ship has a giant nose. Alright, and our electricity is looking good because of the solar panels. Let's get a crew report right here. Crew reports, not with it. I think 15 might be the max you can get though, so maybe 15 was good. Oh, I got a loading thing. Loading. Alright. And fast forward. Like I said, let's get down to about 1 minute. Alright. So let's look at the map. Kerbal's on the other side of the planet. Our orbit's going to be slower up here, so he's going to pass us before we get to him. Oh, man, our orbit is weird. But that's fine. Let's activate our engines. And let's do a manual fast forward. We can change all of that conky-wampousness later after the initial burn, but the important thing here is to get into orbit, because if we're not in orbit, then there's just no point. Alright. We might actually want to get into a more elliptical orbit, or elliptical circular orbit, let's just say that. And then, right now, let me just cut the engine. That should be about right. We're going to make a maneuver right about here. You see where the lines cross? We're going to want to... Why are you going over there? Oh, I need to get rid of that. Alright. We're going to want to change the orientation of our ship to about the orientation of our Kerbal. Right there. That's what we want. Alright. It's going to be a 25-second burn when we get over there. So let's fast forward. Go to map. Fast forward. We'll do that like 10 seconds. Oh, it got dark. I thought my ship disappeared. I was like, no! You can see our electricity is going down because we're on the dark side of the moon. Something else you gotta watch out for. But eventually, we will come back to the other side, so it's not a big deal. And coming in. Alright. Let's go to map. And at 10 seconds, we're gonna activate our engines. So activate our engines now. Oh, dang it. I didn't point in the right direction. Let me just point right here. There we go. And activate my engines. Hopefully that shouldn't really hurt us too much. Let's get rid of this because we're gonna wanna look at this line. This line is very important to us. Make sure to keep your ship at about level with that line, or make sure to keep this line just straight so you can't see any of the loop. And I'm gonna cut the engine now. Alright, so we have about the same orbit. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna try to get our orbit about the same as his, maybe a little bit bigger or a little bit smaller, one of the two. Cut it, and we're going to set him as a target. That'll help us. That'll tell us when we have a close encounter. As you can see right there, these red things appear. It says target at position intersect. Our closest intersect, if I look at this because he's right in my way, our closest intersect will be 501 kilometers from him. It's not what we want. We want a little bit closer. What does it say here? Separation. Oh, separation will be huge. But that looks about right. Maybe a little bit farther. A little bit wider of an orbit. Once we get close, it's going to be easy. So let's increase our time warp here. And we're going to do a burn at like 3 seconds. Do not worry. We will save you. You are our friend. And we do not abandon our friends. It's kind of funny just to see him orbiting. How long has he been up there? He's been up there for like a few days. Or maybe a week. Up there surviving on his air tanks. There we go. And like I said, 3 seconds. I'm just going to do a slight burn though. I'm not going to do a full burn. And then let's get to about 6 seconds and then, alright. Alright, so let's just do a little bit of a burn. And then we're going to cut it when we get close. Alright, that looks good. And it might take us a while to get a close intersection. We're not even going to worry about making our orbit the same, because this is going to allow us to get close. So let's fast forward and watch. As soon as we pass this, it's going to change. So target's going to be past us the next time. So let's go around again. You know, that might not be that far away. 81,000? That's pretty far though. We're behind him. We have to catch up. I would change our whole orbit. We need him to be in front of us. So what I'm going to do is when I get here, I'm going to burn retrograde, which is just burning towards the negative velocity vector. So let me burn retrograde. Burn right here. If you know what you're doing, you... Oh, stupid sticky keys. I need to get rid of that. And we're changing. Look, we're changing the target at point of intersection. So let's try to get this close. We want it just a little bit in front of us, or like just right next to us, actually. Gotta make sure we don't get too low. Lowering it, cut it. That's gonna be very, very close. All right. So let's fast forward and save our Kerbal. He's got a smaller orbit, so he's catching up with us right here. So how close is he? 61,000, 50,000, 40,000. And once we get up right next to him, our orbit is going to look pretty similar. Alright, and actually once we get that close, we might start to see him. So I'm going to start going towards him about now. So what we're going to do, we're going to turn the ship, and you can see these pink spots on the ball. That helps you go towards your target. So this is going away from the target, whereas this one on the opposite side would be going towards your target. So we're going to burn towards our target. And it also shows, as you can see here, you can change your thing from target to orbit to surface. We're going to change it to target, so it tells you your velocity relative to the target. So our velocity is 11 meters per second faster, or there's 11 meters per second difference between our two velocities. So let's go that way, and we're going to activate our engines a little bit. As you can see, our Kerbal is over there. As it decreases, you're going to want to turn RAS on, or RCS on. And once we get close, I'm gonna cut it. Alright, we're flying towards him right now. I'm gonna turn our RCS on, turn SAS off. I'm gonna do all the maneuvers from here on out with RCS. So you're gonna use the JKIL controls for this. Oop. Push in because we want to kill our velocity relative to the targets. This is hard though because it keeps turning. I have RCS, right? Oh no! It lagged for a second. Alright. Oh, I turned our RCS off. There we go. Alright, so there he is. He's over there. Actually, we're going to want to point at this. This is our velocity vector relative to the target. So right now, I'm just hitting the N key to back up with RCS, and it is killing my target velocity. So we're going to want to get this to 0 before we do anything else, because right now we're not moving towards the target, we're moving away from it, and we don't want to be moving in any direction other than at the target. So let's bring it to about 0. Alright, there we go. Turn RCS off and turn your ship towards your Kerbal. So I'm going to want to go towards the Kerbal, which is right here. Right there. There you are, Jebediah. And I'm going to turn RCS on, and I'm going to hit the H key, which just pushes you forward. And then you can translate up with I, down with K, left with J, and right with L with RCS. I'm going to turn this to about 10 meters per second. I think I'm going to want to get within like 20 meters of Jebediah here. And as we get closer, we're going to see him. Like bigger ships, you'll be able to see him from this distance. But since Jebediah is so small, we're going to have to get pretty close to see him. Alright. We're closing in on manual. I don't even need manual. Alright, so we're back here because I don't even know. My computer messed up a little bit there. Coming up on Jebediah Kerman here. So we got our RCS on. We're going to want to kill our velocity when we get close. And I don't know if I already said that to you, but we're doing it anyways. Because we're going to pass him, and we don't want to do that. We don't want to pass him. So we're going to have to kill our velocity by pointing it at the velocity vector relative to the target. Alright, so we have no velocity relative to the target. And then we're going to come over here, turn RCS off. RCS can cause your ship to translate too much, and you're going to start getting velocity in certain directions, and you don't want that. So let's turn RCS back on, and let's just head towards him. And I'm going to want to get as close as possible to Jebediah here. The closer we are, the better it is for him. Let's turn our ship around here. By hitting the E key, we can turn our ship because we want our bay to be on his side, and I think he's going to be above us. Let's turn RCS back on. Look at the target to see how far away it is, And we might be able to go a little bit quicker here. Jebediah, first Kerbal in space. Certainly not his last mission. I'd be a little bit shaken if I had to do this kind of thing, but I'd feel so I'd feel like a badass. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like a badass. Slow down. We're almost gotta touch him here. I'll turn ICS back on and kill it. Alright, now we're going to go back to map, and we're going to switch to Jebediah Kerman. Alright, Jebediah, how do you feel? Oh, cancel, we already have an EVA report, don't we? Don't matter, let's turn our RCS on. Or is it off? Oh, we took it, it's right here. Alright, RCS is on. And we want to get up there, so let's make sure we point in that direction. Actually, let's look this way. Oh, or you could just not do that. The fewest number of clicks possible is what we want. I'm standing on it. Get in. We rescued him. I've never done that before. That was so cool. Alright guys, so we rescued Jebediah. Let us get our science. So we're gonna hit 2. Alright. Let's keep that one. And recycle that one. And let's get some... You know what? I'm gonna save all that for next episode, because I think we have enough fuel to go to Minmus. So we're going to go to Minmus, we're going to fly around it, and then we're going to head back to Kerbin, get some science, and we're going to do all that on the next episode. So, can we turn this off? Let's control vessel from here. This is awesome. Jebediah, we came back for you. If you enjoyed this, please check out my other stuff, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.